Is it sane? Is it possible? Still I ask myself, are we, am I? In our game, it's not logical, but you contemplate, are we, am I?
Yes. 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 Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like. Click subscribe. Tell all your friends that this is a Saturday night stream on the SDPN YouTube channel. Brought to you by Bally Sportsbook and Casino. Don't forget, we're going to be playing Final 20 with Dangle a little bit later on. What's that? Second intermission? Second intermission feels like the right time for it, doesn't it? Doesn't it? It does. I'm posting the link for this to my Facebook. Oh, yeah, don't worry. I got it up. Producer Drew in my ears tonight. Peacemaker 548. Welcome to STP VIP. Kilo Grizz 45. Nope, 445. Prediction Leafs 4-3 over the Oilers. Ooh. I'd like that. Freak 811. Wild get Quinn Hughes, then beat the Sens today. If the Leafs can win tonight, that's a great way to cap off a day. I don't disagree. And Drew, is our clip at first intermission, like, is that the Quinn Hughes stuff? Yep. Yeah. We didn't even talk about that beforehand. I just assumed. Obviously getting Quinn Hughes is massive. If I could, and we talked about this beforehand, if I could emphasize one point a little bit better in the Quinn Hughes video I made with Jesse, it would be that the Wild losing Marco Rossi is kind of a big deal, especially given their center depth. He was nearly a point a game player this season, and it's really good for the Canucks. I didn't realize he was only 24. Feels like he's lived 1,000 lives. But you get Quinn Hughes. Crazy. Sedin Magic. I think we're going to be getting a lot of these tonight. The Canucks just traded the best player in their history. They just traded Pavel Bure. They just traded. Oh, Drew said Matt Sundin. You're a piece of garbage. Anyway, the best player in their history because they let it get to a point where they didn't really have a choice. Are they the Sabres of the West? Not even close. Sabres haven't made the playoffs for, what is it, 13 years? Would I not rather have the Sabres roster right now? Well, problem with the Sabres is it's just no matter how good the organization looks on Puckpedia, it's impossible to be like, yeah, the Sabres got this. You know? They've done some real damage to the brand. You have a point, but still. Chris says, Brad! It's a valid point. Chiefies Meefies. Hey, Steve. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you. Did you see how the Sharks gave the Penguins a heavy dose of the truth earlier? So if you didn't see this, is Cassie in the chat? The Penguins went into the third period against the Sharks in Pittsburgh, up 4-1. Roughly 5 minutes into the third period, the Penguins make it 5-1. A couple minutes later, they make it 5-2. With a little under 6 minutes to play, the Sharks score 3 goals in less than 4 or just over 4 minutes. They tie the game with roughly a minute and a half to play. And then they won it in overtime. And I gotta say, even though it's 3-on-3 overtime, I don't expect you to believe the thing that I'm about to say, but you have to go and watch it. John Klingberg nutmegged Sidney Crosby out of his skates. Passed it to Macklin Celebrini, who sent it back to Klingberg for his second of the game. Sharks won 6-5 in overtime. Crazy. Please, Toronto, I asked for so little, just one cup before I die. That's sent from Steve D. The Canucks have driven the hockey guy off a cliff this morning. He made a video of 10 things the Canucks and Sabres have in common. Very funny. Oh, boy, I got to watch that. Definitely got to watch that. Steve, Sportsnet used the lead on the line for their intro. I think they should use it for every commercial break. Oh, wait, they already did that like a few months ago? Okay. Leave upset. I would ask who screws up for a Bouchard or Skinner, but Stewart isn't playing for Edmonton anymore. Yeah, that's the thing. Kulak and Skinner won't in the lineup. But tonight in Toronto, Tristan Jarry making his Oilers debut. William Nylander is going to play tonight. He didn't go in morning skate because he was sick. Dakota Joshua also sick. So here's what we got. Nyes, Matthews, Domi. That is unchanged. McMahon, Tavares, Nylander. McMahon back in the lineup after suspension. Robertson, Waugh, Yarncroke. Obviously got to juggle a little bit since Dakota Joshua is out. Joshua and Waugh, such a good duo. They don't get to play together. Lawrence, Lawton, Cowan. I would imagine there's going to be a decent amount of juggling from Craig Berube, and I think he's going to kind of roll 4 lines. Yeah, Drew just said, I thought Yarncroke was going to Sweden. So that report is supposedly bogus, which my suspicion is it's not bogus. It's just early. There's no financial incentive for Yarncroke to rip up his contract with the Leafs. And unlike Kampf, not only is he in the NHL, but he's in the lineup. He's a healthy scratch sometimes, but he's in the lineup making $2.1 million. I know he's been paid most of it already because of bonuses, but like, why? There's no reason for him to rip up his deal. I think he's going to go to Brynäs in Sweden next year. But now there's no point. I missed you singing Lay It on the Line. Me too. And we need the hockey guy back in the show. I agree. We got Bally odds for this game. Leafs home dogs, as Cam Stewart likes to say. Leafs plus 105 as the underdogs at home. The Oilers minus 124. Leafs and Oilers have virtually identical records, by the way. OEL in the lineup for the Leafs, which is shocking given how he ended the last game. Maybe he pinched a nerve. I don't know. Oh, baby. It's Saturday night. Jarry already has Oilers gear that had to be approved by the league, Drew. And the reason it was approved so quickly is because the guy who approves all their stuff, I think his name's Kay Whitmore, is based in Toronto. So instead of having to ship it off or whatever, they're just like, hey, can you I think he had to go down the street. Pittsburgh got screwed giving up Jarry for an ECHL goalie who's cost Edmonton 2 cups. Also, how in the world did Bedard get hurt by taking a faceoff? Not just a faceoff with 0.8 seconds to go in regulation. It's tough. Opening faceoff coming up here in Toronto. SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends puck is dropped. The Leafs whack it into the Oilers zone. Bouchard up the ice to McDavid. He's already cha-cha dancing. Hyman puts that wide. Stetcher out there against his former team, playing against the Oilers here tonight. Matthews. Domi. Can't get out. Still can't get out. And now they do. Domi can't find Nyes. Bouchard with it. Ekholm in his own end. Spencer Stastny making his Oiler debut. Got a lot of new looks in this game for both teams. Willie out there. Whoa! Riley fanned on that, and Hildeby had to cover it up. Yikes. I'm interested to see how McMahon does in this game. I've really liked him this season. I don't love him with Tavares and Nylander. It was something I kind of campaigned for last year. And then once we saw it, it didn't work. I think he plays better hockey on the right. We'll see. OEL testing those edges early. Looks pretty good. Leafs knock it off the ice, up the ice rather. Nurse around. Leafs hold the zone. OEL holds the zone. Good job. Nylander handles the bouncing puck. Nylander stripped by Draisaitl. McMahon helps Nylander get it back. Nylander puts it behind the net for a ghost. And Pud Colson. Oh, Nylander holds the zone. Down low for Tavares in front. Leafs reclaim it. McMahon, Benoit, down low. In front, Tavares tips it, stopped by Jarry. I think that's his first save as an Oiler. Jarry. Tavares, sorry, to Riley. Leafs go offside there. Misread from Cowan. That was a good little bit of pressure there from the Leafs. Oilers break it out. Henrique. Oh, centered! That missed. Big hit. Lorentz, good battle in the neutral zone. Chasing after it now in the Oilers zone. Him and Lawton double team hit one of the Oilers defenders. Stopped by Jarry. Have we decided on Jarry or Jarry? I keep hearing people alternate. It's Jarry. I assumed it was Jarry, but shot, one-timer, stopped by Hildeby. Who says Jarry? I don't know. George, Kramer, Elaine. Cowan. It's a good joke. Shut up. Stetcher dumps it. Oh, right. I'm old. Forgot. Shot! Stopped by Hildeby. Bouchard keeps it alive. Can't hold the zone, though. Ekholm after it. Is that ice? It is not. Francois Labelle. Merci beaucoup for 5 SDPN memberships. Leafs, again, giving the Oilers fits trying to break out. They finally do. Wah, intercepted by Bouchard. That's a good stick. Here comes McDavid with speed. And he scores. You can't let him cut through you like butter like that. Connor McDavid turns nothing into something like that, and it's 1-0 Oilers. Wow. Wow. Riley. No, Bouchard, he finds. See, that's just OEL and Riley being clueless. That's Connor McDavid out there, boys. McDavid, I know. Drew's right. McDavid loves playing Riley, especially here. Good Lord. OEL's got McDavid right behind him. He's not even paying attention. Riley, I don't know what he's doing. That's the Leafs' top pair looking like garbage. And now Domi takes an elbow. Attaboy. You're up on the top line. You can't be doing stuff like that. 200 feet from your own net. What are you doing, Max? Horrible start for the Maple Leafs. Domi. Oh, it wasn't an elbow. It was a high stick. Regardless, you can't be doing that. Man. What's your favorite Christmas movie? Ooh. I do like Home Alone. You're not stopping McDavid when he does that? Yeah, not when you don't know he's there. Yeah. Hi, Steve. Y'all great. Thank you. I understand Canucks fans being miffed about the return, but they have to realize Hughes was leaving anyway. Why he wanted out of Van is another story. Great point. Oilers power play begins. Leafs win the draw. McCabe cannot get it out. It's Draisaitl. Cross ice to McDavid. McDavid. Bouchard. McDavid. Down low. McDavid. Lawton all over him. Lawton, good job. McDavid cuts through. Draisaitl. Oh, stop by Hildeby. Big time. Leafs can't get out. They wanted a call there. And Lawton gets Bouchard to lose the zone. And this penalty is a quarter killed. Here comes McDavid again. Holy cow, he's skating tonight. Bouchard. Down low, in front. Stop by Hildeby. It's loose. Blocked by Stetcher. And he gets it out. Stetcher saved a goal there. Here comes Draisaitl. Leafs clear it. That's Yarncroak. Imagine if the Leafs showed up in Toronto the way every team who shows up in Toronto shows up in Toronto. Holy Toledo. Yarncroak! Oh! Yarncroak took a slap shot, stopped by Jarry. It went off the end glass, and Jarry had to make another save. McDavid now gains the Leaf zone. Benoit. Good play to Nice. Nice. Oh, you might have something shorthanded here. He's got Matthews with him. Nice. Jarry stops him and holds on to it with 23 seconds to go in the power play. Leafs were already the underdogs coming into this game, and being down 1-0 early probably didn't help matters. Oilers now minus 220, Leafs 175. If you're a Leafs fan and want to bet on them winning. Steve from Spruce Grove just got back from a shift in Fort Mac, drives a Ford F-250, hates the Leafs except Berube and McMahon. Oh, because McMahon's from Alberta. I was like, what? Leafs win the O-zone draw, and now they're just ragging the puck. McCabe, Stetcher all the way down the ice, and that kills a solid 15 seconds right there. Savoy. Hard around. Penalty is now over. Oilers can't hold the zone. Domi attacking Nurse. Nurse, Ekholm. Hildeby covers it up. Oh, Thrun going at it with who's that? Henrique. Doesn't look like anyone's going to get called. Drew asking, is Thrun the only guy on the Leafs wearing a neck guard? No, Benoit wears one. Yeah, it's just not a very big one. Bertuzzi used to wear the biggest one in the world. Robert Bett, heard today Matthias Michelli for Mason Marchment. Both players not doing so well with their respective teams. Marchment would play Berube hockey better, I think. I want Mason Marchment back purely because Drew hates him so much. And I think it would be very funny. Draw in the Leaf zone. Oilers win it. Emberson on! Stopped by Beastie. Yeah, Michelli would also not get Marchment. You're right. Die Hard, Christmas movie or no? I'll do you one better. I'll be even more insufferable than most people are with this question. I've never seen it. Oilers, flub it. I believe that was Spencer Stastny. Behind the Leafs net. In front! Stopped by Hildeby. Thrun chases away his man. Nylander trying to break out. He's got McMahon. Gives it to Tavares. Tavares skates 1-on-3, I believe, as the Leafs are changing. Never mind. There's Nylander. There's McMahon. They were just trailing behind. McMahon taken down. No call. Oilers through the neutral zone. It's Janmark. Whoop. Riley up the ice to McMahon. Is that icing? It is. 13-17 to go in the first. What about Die Hard, Steve? Haven't seen it. How did the Oilers not have a use for Stetcher? I mean, it wasn't working. Emberson's younger. And he's more motivated now in Toronto than he was in Edmonton, because I think being claimed on or put on waivers will wake you up. If he doesn't do it here, it's his last shot. So you're seeing a pretty motivated player. All the way down the ice. I think that's going to be icing again. Yes, it is. 13:09 to go in the first. How about Godfather as an Xmas movie? Also, good night. No. Is Harry Potter a Christmas series? May we have a Sudbury live show commitment for Christmas, please? We've been good up here. I think we deserve it. I came very close to a Sudbury book stop last year, and I had to choose between, I think it was Sudbury and Ottawa. And Ottawa's like one of the biggest market for the podcast and LFR. And I was like, well, oh, in front. Broken up. Nylander airmails it. McMahon, can he win this race? Not quite, but he keeps it alive. McMahon, shoved down by Nurse. Matthews in front. Can't find Domi. Nurse advances it. Here come the Oilers with numbers. Draisaitl protects. That's offside. Bouchard receives it, but it was offside. Is a movie set during Christmas a Christmas movie? Yeah, no. If part of it is, no. It's like The Godfather, right? Hey. Had a bit of a sore day today. So let me tell you about Genacol. Joint stiffness doesn't care how old you are. A lot of people in their 20s, 30s, 37, and 40s already feel tight knees, a stiff hip after training or sitting for a while, or shoulders that don't rotate like they used to. I always think whether I'm playing hockey on weeknights or running around with my kids that I don't need to worry about pain. But after I'm done doing those things, I realize, oh boy, was I wrong. Whether it's morning stiffness, tight knees after sports, or just mild aches throughout the day, these are the signs that your joints need some support, and that's where Genacol comes in. Genacol is a proudly Canadian company, clinically studied and scientifically backed, and supports mobility and daily comfort. Genacol offers natural, clinically proven solutions to help you support your joints now. I'm good at this. So that you can stay active longer. Head to genacol.ca and use the promo code SDP25G for 25% off. That's code SDP25G for 25% off at GENACOL.ca. Are you a bit of a sore gremlin? I am. Emo Jalapeno said, Hayden, eat the cinnamon cheese maple syrup. What? First of all, it's producer Drew tonight. Also, none of those things go together. Well, that's not true. Cinnamon and maple syrup go together. Gremlins doesn't get enough love in Christmas talk. You guys are all sick puppies. Another vote for SDPN Northern Ontario road trip. I want to do it. Best Christmas movie, Miracles on 69th Street. Don't look it up. Oh, how dare you. How dare you. Oh, puck squirts free in front of the net. Nugent Hopkins collects it. Bouchard. Rebound, Hyman. Blocked. Nyes. Gain center. Can't get around Ekholm, though. Here comes McDavid. Leafs double team him. Matthews cleans him out with the help of Domi. McCabe dumps it into the corner. Jarry stops it. Puck squirts to Bouchard. Up the ice. Finds McDavid. Oh, my goodness. Off the post. And out of play. Should we create a separate trophy for teams in the Central Division? Honestly, maybe. Oh, Matthews got hit in the face. That looked not fun. Nightmare Before Christmas is a Christmas movie. I will say that. SDPN Northern Alberta road trip. Yo, driving there? No. Puck through traffic, stopped by Hildeby. Robertson helps break it out. Yarncroke is in there. Riley gets it deep. Robertson can't catch up to it. There's Spencer Stastny in his Oilers debut. Yarncroke puts it on. Deflected wide. Robertson protects it. Can't get it to a teammate, though. Oilers break it out. Is that icing? No, they wave it off. OEL wins the race. Yarncroke gets it to Lawton. Robertson deciding whether or not to stay out or change. He stays out. Here come the Oilers now. Curtis Lazar. Whoa, Benoit took a healthy run at him. One-timer is fanned wide. Stopped by Hildeby. It's at the point. Yeah, if Benoit connected there, that might have been sussy there. Cowan races after it. He's cleaned out by Mangiapane. Here comes Mangiapane. Stays with it. Oh! Deflected in front, swatted away by McCabe. Oilers hold the line. Draisaitl. Cross ice. Bouchard. It's in front. Oilers can't find a friendly stick. The shots are 9-3 for Edmonton right now. Part of that is the power play. Part of that is they're better right now. Tavares finds Riley at the point. Riley looks for the deflection from Tavares, doesn't really get it. Willie. Willie. Battle behind the Oilers' net. Willie in front. Oh! Rebound. So that went through everyone. OEL got it. Nylander. Leafs keeping it alive here. They've had a few good offensive possessions. They just need to get shots, man. And OEL can't hold the zone there. Die Hard is a classic Christmas movie. Mangiapane has been terrible. He can stay in TO. Goodness gracious, that's so mean. Nice. Domi. Matthews in the offensive zone. Nice. Gives it away to McDavid, and here he comes. Hands it off to Hyman. Back to McDavid. To the point. Shot. Oh! Nurse missed the target, and Hyman missed the rebound. McDavid. To the point. It's Nurse. Hyman. Picked off, and now it's a partial 2-on-1. Benoit finds Nice. Why didn't you take the second shot? Oh, my goodness, that's a tap-in, Matty. He tried passing it across to Benoit. Matty. Oh, oh my God. Drew's like, why did they even defend Benoit? You know what? You're not wrong. Wah in a battle with Janmark. Riley finds OEL. OEL! That's wide. Riley misses the net by 10 feet. Yarncroke at the point. Misses the net by 20 feet. Oilers break it out. Frederick collides with OEL there. Hasn't been a whistle for a while. Has there been a commercial break? Oh, yeah, there was one. Drew asking, when's the last time a goalie got a shutout in their debut against the Leafs? When was the last time you shut up? Whistle. Oh, that's an offside against the Oilers. Hi, Steve. Canucks fan here. Disheartened. A question. We're going to commercial break. Which era was worse for the Canucks? Benning with Hughes, EP40, and Demko on the rise, or Alvin with Hughes gone, Demko hurt, and EP40 mediocre? I'm going to say Alvin is like this era is better than Jim Benning, because the Jim Benning Canucks were directionless and purposeless, right? Like they were good by accident. They were bad by accident. Everything was an accident. They had no direction. They had no purpose. The Canucks at very least have a direction right now. And it's not down on account of they're already last. Can we get a shout out for Dick Van Dyke? It's his birthday, turning 100 years old. I can't wrap my head around that. So, oh, that's dark. I was going to say my grandpa was also born 100 years ago. The difference is he's been dead for 5 years. Like someone making it to 100 is crazy to me. You were born in 1925. Like When you really think about it, how do they process the world? Oh, Drew, am I able to exit and rejoin real quick? Drew, am I able to exit and rejoin? I'm on the wrong internet, and it is explaining some of the issues that I'm having. Okay, or should I wait for intermission? Okay, I'll wait for the next commercial break. I was like, why is the internet crap? Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Stupid idiot. It's weird seeing Jarry with the Penguins logo on his mask. Draisaitl gains the zone. Ekholm, bomb! Stopped by Hildeby and held on to. Is there, Drew's asking, is there any way Hildeby could play well enough to earn the backup role? Like, not this season. It would have to be a combination of he's incredible and one of Woll or Stolar's is awful. But like next season, yeah, it's possible, man, because he'll require waivers. The other option is the Leafs just carry 3 guys, which is an interesting conversation. Like if you have 2 goalies who you know are injury prone. Nylander, interception. Can't create a good breakout with McMahon. Oilers turn it back the other way. Podkolzin. Cycles it. Ekholm behind the net. Regula holds the line. Here comes Regula. What a move! Oh, he missed wide. Goodness gracious. Regula? Well, that move was anything but Regula. That was special. Domi. I noticed Drew didn't laugh. I thought it was Stetcher. McCabe. Stetcher. No, it was a regular joke. Oh, yeah, it is. It's always good when you have to explain it. Stetcher. Cycles it. Oh, except it didn't cycle very much. Oilers. Whoa. A little bit of interference there. Nice. Can't find Domi. Finds himself. That works. Matthews. Knocked to the ice by Regula. 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 Oh, it's Regula. I'm listening to Chris Nope. Chris Cuthbert. Chris Cuthbert. Craig Simpson. Chris Simpson. All 3 of them are people. They used to all work for the same company. Nyes with a battle along the wall. Nuge involved. Yarncroak involved. Nice comes out with it, but he's looking to change. OEL has Benoit. Benoit gains center, chips it in, and he'll chase after it. Robertson. Leafs hold the zone again. Wah! Robertson! Missed the target. Here comes Frederick. Gets it deep for Henrique. OEL. Drew goes, it felt like he could have walked in there instead of winding up for 10 seconds. What is this, your first Nick Robertson game there, Drew? He loves that. Here comes Robertson. Chips it in. Chases after it as his line mates change. Here comes Janmark. Stops up. Whoa, almost too many men for the Oilers there. McCabe. Bouchard. Here come the Oilers 3-on-3. It's in the air. Leafs come up with it. Cowan. Finds Lawton. Lawton. Stop it, Jarry. Rebound. Scores! Easton Cowan on the rebound. I love this line. And the Leafs tie it with a little under 4 minutes to go in the first. Drew saying that's all Bouchard in the bad pinch. Let me see. Oh, so there's definitely an argument Stetcher hooked McDavid there. But here comes Lawton. Great job protecting the puck. Rebound, and Cowan. Big Selly. And why not? That's a big goal for a kid on the fourth line. Tie game in Toronto. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. This stream is brought to you by Bally Sportsbook and Casino. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. McMahon has it swatted away. Benoit plays it back to OEL. These guys appear to be playing together on purpose right now. Is Thrun benched? That's Scott Lawton's first assist of the season, somehow. I mean, he did miss a lot of time. Benoit. Oop! Can't find a friendly stick. Regula at the point. Down low for Draisaitl. Shadowed by Nylander. Here comes Nurse. Stop by Hildeby. Tries to center it. Doesn't work. Nylander still on Draisaitl. Draisaitl off the side of the net. Draisaitl trying to find Regula. He does. Regula spins off at Tavares. Tavares creates a turnover, and this is going to be a break. John Tavares! Stopped by Jarry! Centers it! No one there. They were all changing. And here come the Oilers. Draisaitl. Oh, what a pass! Stopped by Hildeby. Oh, this game is excellent. Nice. Chips it in. Ekholm around. Both teams really struggling with their breakout tonight. Shoot. Here comes McDavid. Matthews almost picked him off, but it's Ekholm to Bouchard. Bouchard has Nyes on him. McDavid. Shot doesn't get through. Nyes airmails it. Will it be icing? No. Wow, the maximum distance without it being icing so he could get a change. Oh, Hyman almost had a break there. And now here comes Robertson the other way, trying to get around Spencer Stastny. Shifty move. Stastny stays with him. Emberson there. Wah, turnover. Linesman in the way. Puck really caught up in the reads. And McDavid has it. Up the ice. Oilers again, almost too many men. Very close. Emberson pinching. Wah. Can't get rid of it. Frederick battling in the corner. 1:15 to go in the first. Still digging. Wah. Chips it to Easton Cowan. 1:06. Cowan. Mohawks. Gives it to Riley. OEL. Up the ice. Lawton chips it into the corner. Apologies. Lorentz battling Nurse. Regula in there as well. Two big guys, man. Nurse dumps Lawton on the back of the net. Cowan blows the tire. Oilers flub it. Regula. Off the glass, that's out of play. 39.2 seconds to go in the first. No, I'll do it at intermission. Are we seriously going to commercial break with less than a minute to go? Oh. Oh, okay. Folks, I will be right back. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. The stream is brought to you by Bally Sportsbook and Casino. No more underdogs, no more favorites. Leafs and Oilers both listed at -110 on Ballybet Sportsbook and Casino. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. That was 100%. Jalapeno continues to look good. Late old fort cheese on an English muffin with cinnamon powder. I'll bet you 10 gifted subs. I don't even have all those ingredients. Are you high right now? My camera is messed up? Is it messed up on the feed? I think yeah, no, it's not on my end because like on our back end, it looks good. That's odd. It's back? All right, sure. Would you claim Dumba? FYI, hey, producer Drew. No. I wondered, and then it turns out Dumba makes 3.75 million. And no. No, I would not do that actually. Hyman, Dreisaitl, Stetcher, Matthews. Matthews breaking out. Finds Tavares. Berube loading up. Tavares, Matthews! Jarry with the stop. Nice, almost got the rebound. Oilers, this might be icing. And that's not a great outcome for Edmonton with 8.9 seconds to go in the period. Leafs could do something with this. It's not likely, but it's definitely possible. Leafs must spread their illness to the Oilers. That's sick. I'm sure Dick Van Dyke's money makes it easier to cope with all the changes. Fair. Habs score their first 2 shots on goal, lead the Rangers. Way to go, Francois Labelle. Pond hockey defense. I don't know her. Leafs don't win the draw. McDavid behind the net for Bouchard. Oilers happy to just hold on to it. What a period of hockey. 22 shots total. Score 1-1. It could easily be 3-3. Jarry with some good saves. Hildeby with some good saves. Some big blocks. Some big plays. Wow. 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 East the Cowboy Beast, says JD Atkinson. So hypothetically speaking, says Rennet Mon, if they carry 3 goalies next season and say one of them is in the press box and both goalies get hurt, would Hildebeest be the third to come down as the E-bug? That's a great question, and I don't know the answer. You would think so. Am I still blurry? I feel like this is my fault. Since George Parros became the NHL Department of Player Safety, the Leafs have been handed 36 games suspension compared to the Panthers' 20 regular season and playoffs. Cool. Too many men penalties reserved for Toronto only. Didn't you get the memo? Man, it feels like it. Red Wings 80. I half expected Edmonton Steve to show up. I need to get an Oilers jersey so I can bring that character back. Oilers fan Steve. Copyright. Yeah, let me just forward myself something. We're going to do trivia right now. Link is in the chat. Link is in the description. And I need to let you know. He's not here right now. It's Robert Malloy helping out tonight. But Justin Fisher came up with this trivia. And I'm letting you all know. When it comes to the trivia this season, I have given him full green light to be as evil as possible. Mm-hmm. And tonight, I haven't read these yet, but I know the subject, and I know it's evil. It is defunct hockey teams. You will get 4 options. One of them will be a real team. The rest will be figments of Justin's imagination. You are not going to have a good time. Let's do Spark Trivia. There are prizes. Tonight, first place gets the Alex Ovechkin most goals of all time hoodie from our friends at Fanatics, size large, Canada only. Second and third place will both get an SDPN and Spark mini stick, and everyone else who participates will receive a 15% off coupon for the SDPN shop. This might be your last chance to order before Christmas and have it arrive before Christmas. I'm not even going to guarantee it. I'm not going to guarantee it. The problem is we have so many different vendors for our products. Like some of them arrive right away, some of them take a little bit of time. But I don't know. You could always just get it anyway. Drew, do you want to start? 10, 9, 8. Had to burp. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Which of these is a defunct NHL team? The California Golden Seals, the California Surfers, the California Maple Leafs, or the California Raisins? It is A, the Golden Seals. They were an expansion team that entered the league in 1967. They would briefly relocate and rebrand as the Cleveland Barons before merging with the Minnesota North Stars in 1978. Number 2. Which of these is now a defunct Western Hockey League team? The Calgary Cowboys, the Flin Flon Frost Giants, the Moose Jaw Moose, or Winnipeg Ice? The answer is D, the Winnipeg Ice. This was a recent one. The Winnipeg Ice, previously the Edmonton Ice and the Kootenay Ice, moved to Washington State and became the Wenatchee Wild. 43% got it right. I'm honestly pretty surprised. Number Flin Flon is Drew just asked me if Flin Flon is a real place. It is. It's Manitoba, isn't it? I think it's Flin Flon, Manitoba. Question 3. Which of these is a defunct Quebec Maritimes Junior Hockey League team? A, the Moncton Maniacs. B, the Lewiston Maniacs. C, the Montreal Maniacs. D, the Mirabel Maniacs. This team was actually around when I covered the Q with Gino Retta back in the day. Didn't Jonathan Bernier play for this team? I feel like he did. It is B, the Lewiston Maniacs. And it was spelled in a way that it was Lewiston, Maine, like the state. EX. Only 26% of you got that right. Dylan, you are a machine. So getting it right and getting it quickly gives you points. Gives you the most points. Let's do number 4. Which of these is a defunct East Coast Hockey League team? The Tallahassee Tiger Sharks, the Jacksonville Lizard Kings, the Louisville River Frogs, or all of the above? The answer is somehow D, all of the above. The Jacksonville Lizard Kings? They also had, I don't know if they still have this team, the Greenville Growl. And it was spelled like GRRR owl. Let's move on. Yeah, I need to see a Lizard King jersey as well. Which of these is a defunct Ontario Hockey League team? The Plattsville Pilots, the West Hill Golden Hawks, the Niagara Falls Flyers, or the Sudbury Bulldogs? B, the West Hill Golden Hawks, is the team that Adam Wilde and Justin Fisher played for. The answer is Niagara Falls Flyers. Mm-mm-mm. 33% got it right. Let's move on. Which of these is a defunct Central Hockey League team? The Fort Worth Fanatics, the Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs, the New Mexico Matadors, or none of the above? None of the above would have been evil, but it's B, the Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs. 57% picked none of the above. I gave them full green light to be evil. That's evil. Number 7. Which of these is a defunct American Hockey League team? The Cincinnati Coyotes, the Portland Presidents, Toronto Roadrunners, Springfield Isotopes. Springfield Isotopes is a play off the Springfield Isotopes, which is a baseball team from The Simpsons. The answer is the Toronto Roadrunners. Used to be the Oilers affiliate that played in Toronto. Christopher is now in first. Last one. Which of these is a defunct International Hockey League team? The Long Beach Ice Dogs, the Las Vegas Ice Vipers, San Diego Ice Spiders, or none of the above? The answer is the Long Beach Ice Dogs. Long Beach Ice Dogs bounced around between the IHL, WCHL, and ECHL, affiliates of the Ducks, Bruins, Stars, and Canadiens between 1990 and 2007. The winner is Topher. Christopher, you get the Alex Ovechkin all-time goal sweater. Who's number 2 and 3? Sumit and Carmine, you guys get the SDPN Spark mini sticks. The rest of you get 15% off at the SDPN shop. Bud, I think that's sick. The Dangle Genacols. Speedy V says Costco gravy is the world's best gravy. Heck yeah, that's a great way to go into our clip. Producer Drew, which I believe is myself and Jesse Blake, talking about the Quinn Hughes trade to Minnesota. It's a big deal. Yeah, you get, I mean, on his worst day, a top 3 defenseman in the world, probably top 2 if you ask a certain pocket of Canucks fans, and now Minnesota Wild fans, top 1. So those guys don't become available. Definitely not when they're 26. Definitely not with a year and a half left on their contract. Going the other way is 4 legitimate futures. You can quibble with Rossi. He's still very young. Maybe I guess you call him a present. Liam Ogren, that's a big deal. 0 points in 18 games so far this NHL season, but his AHL numbers are very, very good. And my guess is the Canucks either develop him on their very, very good AHL team, or at least it's shown to be a good program to the reigning Calder Cup champs, or more likely he gets a very large bit of playing time on the Vancouver Canucks. Zeev Bouillon is the big one here. A 2026 first, I think, is good for both parties. With Minnesota, it minimizes the risk. With Vancouver, we're rebuilding. Let's get it on with, or let's get on with it, right? Yeah. It's not down the road, 2027, 2028, 2029. Zeev Bouillon, in most other seasons, there would be more Calder noise around him. I think it's that Minnesota is so good. He's buried behind so many guys. And Matthew Schaefer is a complete revelation. And Lane Hudson is the reigning Calder Trophy winner. Okay, maybe Zeev Bouillon hasn't lived up to Lane Hudson. Maybe he hasn't lived up to Matthew Schaefer, who's been one of the best rookie defensemen we've seen in at least a quarter century. He's performing very, very well at a very young age. This is a great player. And the one player Minnesota Wild fans who I've spoken to, producer Hayden, are worried about from this trade. Liam Ogren, you could convince yourself it's not going to be that big of a deal. Marco Rossi, You know what? We spent all summer thinking he was going to get traded anyway. The 2026 first rounder, we assumed they were going to trade that anyway. Zeev Buium is the one part that hurts. The reason it doesn't hurt is you get Quinn Hughes.
That's exactly it. If we start with the Minnesota side, because I think we can start there, and then we can go really deep into everything this means for Vancouver and all of the fallout that's going to happen if you're trading one of your best players in franchise history. But on the Minnesota side of things, this is, I think, such a fabulous trade because you look at the roster like yesterday. What you're really taking out of the roster is Ogren, who was playing on the third line, but he's a prospect. But like, if we're trying to win today, it's a third line winger.
His role on this year's team is super replaceable.
Right, exactly. And Rossi was injured, wasn't in the most recent lineup, so you're removing that. Plus, that's a replaceable center. You can find that depth. And then Buium, as you mentioned, is a left-handed defenseman. So you're replacing this project of a defenseman with Quinn freaking Hughes. So there's your upgrade. And this makes their team better today and makes them a serious Stanley Cup contender.
Yeah, like you're not going to get Quinn Hughes in this trade for Quinn Hughes. But if you can get 75% of Quinn Hughes, you're well on your way. The list of guys in the world who could hope to be that is maybe 5 players long, and Zeev Buium's probably one of them. There's got to be a mourning period for Vancouver Canucks fans. They haven't had very long to contend with this news. They haven't had very long to accept that this was an inevitability, maybe a likelihood, maybe something that happens by the end of the season, maybe something that happens in the summer or at the draft. This came together very, very fast.
Yeah.
So I don't expect Vancouver fans to be over the moon right now. This is a good haul, I think, for Quinn Hughes. But if you're Minnesota, like one thing I've mocked all year, and you'll like this, Jesse, is the idea that early in the season in November and early to mid-December, it's impossible to make moves. It's impossible. Well, now you have to.
Mm-hmm.
4 of the top 7 teams in the NHL are in the Western Conference. 3 of them are in the Central Division. Colorado is number 1 at 51 points. Dallas is number 2 at 47. Minnesota, who's 7-2-1 in their last 10, look out, they're 7th.
Yeah.
Tied with the Ducks and actually tied with the Vegas Golden Knights, and they have more wins than the Golden Knights. Dude, you're like, unless you feel like getting absolutely pounded in the first or second round, you got to make this move, and this gives you 2 crazy cracks at it. And what's more important for the Minnesota Wild in context is it gives you a really good crack at having a good deep playoff run before Kirill Kaprizov's contract extension kicks in.
Yeah, and I love this move because these are the types of moves that win you championships. We gave up a lot of, hey, this could be really special, and we think a couple of those guys will be special, but we're guaranteed one of the best players in the game. And to win championships, you need the best players in the game on your team, and the Minnesota Wild clearly looked at the Western Conference, and I love that you brought that up, where they are in the standings, the West, and how loaded they are at the top. And they say, we can't compete with the Colorados of the world. Let's get better. We need to get better now if this is who we are going to be. And signing Kaprizov to that giant extension that they did preseason, or at the beginning of the season, was them throwing their hat in the ring of like, we're serious to be contending here for a long time. And then this is doubling down on that. We're going out here, and it might only be a year and a half that they have Quinn Hughes, but during this next half year and next year, they're going to be in the conversation amongst every top team in this league. And that's the position they put themselves in by making this trade here today. I love it.
And you can't be second on this kind of thing. Like, people are forgetting the Stars, who are second, are one of the teams rumored to be in on Nazem Kadri, right? In their last 10. So I brought that up. Colorado's 7-1-2. The Stars are 8-1-1. and Minnesota 7-2-1. This is an arms race.
Yeah, exactly.
This is awesome
Yeah.
for the division. It's awesome for the conference. It's awesome for the league. It's awesome for hockey. And how funny is it that like we all had the biggest distraction, the biggest red herring about a week ago with Quinn Hughes going, oh yeah, Fitzy, talking about Tom Fitzgerald. We got the wrong Team USA executive. It ended up being Bill Guerin, who, like, this is a huge, huge move. And I like the point that you made. Like, what are you really taking off of the current Minnesota Wild roster? Like, we know the ramifications going forward, but like Quinn Hughes is young enough that, assuming you sign him to an extension, that'd be very nice. I think it offsets a lot of the hurt there. You could argue he hasn't even entered his prime yet. Totally. And if he hasn't, he's right smack dab in the middle of it. Like, we were all barking up the wrong tree. We're looking at the Metro Division. I don't remember how many Western Conference teams were even really talked about in this whole discourse. Everyone's got their own information or whatever. This came completely out of left field. And what apologies for being late. Second period is already underway. McDavid is blocked by Stetcher. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. This stream is brought to you by Bally Sportsbook and Casino. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. OEL out there with Stetcher. OEL, great pass into the neutral zone for Nylander. Tavares. Considering his options, Tavares to the point. Riley on! That goes wide. Oilers passes off target. Nylander with it. Gains the zone. On. That goes wide. Savoy. Hard around. Regula catches up to it. Draisaitl loses sight of the puck. And Tavares, instead of getting it deep, he gets it across to an Oiler. Oops, that's not good. Here they come. Draisaitl finds Podkolzin. Regula. Podkolzin. Regula. Podkolzin. Nope, that's Leon. Sorry, they switched on me. How dare you? Savoy. Oh, Draisaitl turned off a thrun there. Nylander almost gets it off Regula. Doesn't quite work. It hits the linesman fortuitously for the Oilers. Drew thinks Regula is an Italian swear word. Regula. Puck goes all the way down the ice. No icing, though. A little over 2 minutes gone here in the second period. Frederick gets it deep. Yarncroke after it. Benoit can't quite get it. Battle in the corner. Frederick. Wow! Right in front of the Leafs net, but Ekman Larsson collects it and the Leafs chip it out. Up the ice. Oilers gain the zone. Oh, good deflection from Henrique, but stopped by Hildeby. Waugh with speed finds Robertson. Back to Waugh. Battling Bouchard. Bouchard cleans him out. Frederick gains center, dumps it. Hildeby. Riley. Cowan to Riley. Lawrence. Gets it deep. Lawrence. Thrun. Riley. That goes wide. Lawrence. Back of the net. Cowan digging for it. Knocks his man down. That was Ekholm. Bouchard has it. Bouchard. Misses the target. No icing, though. Lazar gets it to Mangiapane. Turns it over to Stetcher. Stetcher skates it out. Stetcher skates it in. Hands it off. Shot. Stopped by Jarry. That was Lawrence with the shot. Oilers kind of bunched up in their own end. They spread out now. Mangiapane calms things down a bit to Nurse. Regula up the ice. Oilers right back. Nurse. Domi pressure. Nurse to Regula. Nurse. Gain center and dumps it hard. Hildeby. McCabe. Matthews. Way up the ice. Can't quite find Nyes, but it goes right on to Jarry, and he has to hold on to it for a faceoff. That's an okay result. Final 20 at intermission, by the way, through Ballybet Sportsbook and Casino. It is free to play. You can play it now. You can play it at second intermission. You can play it whenever you want. Link in the chat and link in the description down below. There's $400 worth of gift cards you can win. Matthews, shot! That goes up and over Jarry. Sorry, I was very distracted there, Drew. Matthews can't quite find Domi. Yes, he does. Nice. Battling Regula. Here's Matthews. Matthews, Domi! Good stop from Jarry. OEL scores! Oliver Ekman-Larsson! We thought he was down. We thought he was out. He's back the very next game and back to his old tricks. Father Time has no idea what he's up against. With Oliver Ekman-Larsson having his best offensive season in 10 years, he gives the Leafs the 2-1 lead. Leafs were all over the Oilers on that sequence. Great from the top line, and OEL buries it. Not sure who the assists are there. I want to say it was Nyes and Domi. Matthews might not even get a point on that, but he was a big part of that play. A little over 5 minutes gone in the second. It's now a 2-1 Leafs lead, 15-13 of the shots for the Leafs. Draisaitl. Hard around, all the way to the point, in fact. Bouchard, Ekholm. Savoy. Podkolzin. Tavares takes it off him. And this is going to be a penalty. And Tavares doesn't like it at all. Oilers are plus 180 if you like the comeback, and it's not always the worst idea with the Edmonton Oilers. That could be your bag, baby. Tavares got into the hands of Podkolzin, but he's protesting heavily. They're showing the OEL injury again. I wish I could tell you what it was. OEL grabbed his knee. The only thing that makes sense to me is he pinched a nerve. It's the only thing that makes sense that he would be down and in that much pain and somehow back today, 48 hours later. It's the only thing that makes any sense to me. Who knows? Oilers power play, though. Their first power play looked very, very good, despite not scoring. McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman couldn't find the puck there. And only 15 seconds have elapsed. McDavid to Bouchard. Draisaitl. Shot doesn't make it through. Nuge. McDavid. Bouch. McDavid. Nuge. McDavid. Stopped by Hildeby. Draisaitl! That's blocked! Was it stopped by Hildeby or scissor kicked by McCabe? McDavid. Cross ice! Brilliant stuff, but stopped. Minute 10 to go in this power play. McDavid. Bouch. Not even half done. Draisaitl. Bouch. McDavid. McDavid. Can't quite find Draisaitl. Under a minute now. Bouch. Draisaitl. Down low. Draisaitl. In front. Nuge couldn't stuff that home. Draisaitl. 40 seconds to go now. Bouch. McDavid. McDavid. Boost bomb! Stopped by the blocker of Hildeby and covered up. That's a tricky save. Not just to make the save, but control the rebound. How about that from the kid? Still 30 seconds to kill somehow. Troy Stetcher has straight up stopped two goals tonight. That was such a good save from Hildeby. Face off. Oilers win it. Bouchard. Nuge. Oh, good stick from Benoit. And then Waugh gets it all the way down the ice. 20 seconds to go here. Oilers' road power play is ranked 3rd in the NHL. Here comes Draisaitl. Head of steam. That shot, you only got a little bit on it. All the way down the ice, and that'll do it. Holy Toledo. How? They had 6 shots on that power play. How aren't the Oilers first place on the power play and in the standings? Good Lord. Hildeby stops that. OEL swats it away. Oh, it's back in front. Benoit bats it with his hand. Matthews wins a battle to get it. Domi, nice, and he gets it out, and he chips it to himself. Oh, nice move there. Rex Spencer Stastny, cross ice. Can't quite find OEL, but the Oilers will turn it over to Thrun. Trent Frederick is going at Nyes behind the play. Pass off target there. Uh-oh. Okay, Domi comes up with it. Domi gains center and dumps it. Domi is so much better on the wing. Domi battling for it in the corner. Emberson catches up to it before Matthews can. The Leafs almost hold the line. Matthews. A whistle went offside. Why was the play called? Oh, that was Spencer Stastny. Oh, my God. He got folded like a pretzel by Matthew Nyes. Apparently my feed is behind. So I'm going to fix that. Or I'm going to do my best. Anyway, I'm in commercial break right now. At least it's not behind like a minute like it used to be. But 6 seconds, 15 seconds, who knows? Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. The stream is brought to you by Bally Sportsbook and Casino. Click like. Click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Second intermission, we're going to be playing Final 20 with Dangle. Bally Sportsbook and Casino. It's free to play. So play it. Whoever gets first place gets a $300 Fanatics gift card. Drew asking me what I would do with a $300 Fanatics gift card. I'd stock up on the Lululemon collection. Oh, track pants for sure. I'd stock up on that. Jerseys is the obvious answer. Oh, Olympic stuff, though. Oh, never mind. Sorry. What I meant to say was, yeah, the Lululemon stuff. Also, my chat wasn't refreshing for the last, I don't know. So I'm catching up with some things now. Mike Schmidt dropping 20 gifted SDPN memberships on us. Thank you, Mike Schmidt. You better say thank you if you got gifted a membership. Face off just outside of the Oilers zone. Tavares kicked out. Nylander in. Puck is dropped. Oilers win the draw. Just realized I'm eating Oreos with a glass of milk, says Francois Labelle. Isotopes is actually a hockey team on The Simpsons. Is it? I didn't know that. That's goal EL to you, sir. I like that. Must be the Oreos and milk. Must be. Sorry, I'm going to have to catch up to that next commercial break. There's all these. I was like, man, no one's really chatting tonight. Oh, okay. Emberson with it in his own end. Stastny. Mangiapane gains the zone. 3-on-2 for the Oilers here. Good defensive play from Benoit. He's looked much better tonight than he has in recent memory. Tavares, Nylander, cross ice for Robertson. Robertson to the point. On! Cameraman was fooled. I don't know what happened. I think Jarry made a save, but the camera wasn't on it. Nurse. Can the Oilers get it out? Savoy hands it off to Regula. To Nurse. Oilers get it out, but they lose possession. Hildeby out of the net to play it. Turns it over to Draisaitl. That's bad. Savoy in front. Don't get it enough on it. Down low. Oilers turn it over. Leafs do not have numbers, but they do have speed. Robertson stops up. He finds Stetcher. Stetcher! Oh, he hooked it, hoping for a deflection, and it never came. Robertson holds the zone. Robertson takes a hit to make a play. Oilers come up with it. That's a nice little shift there from Nick Robertson. Regula dumps it. Stetcher. That's a high stick that generates a whistle. 9:42 to go in the second period. You missed my super chat. I made you a bet for 10 gifted subs, or maybe you ignored it. I read it. I don't have the ingredients to make your unique snack. I swear I read that. I didn't? We both... God. I'm a mess tonight. Was Stetcher a lost casualty? Because I can't see Edmonton not being able to use him, but I am glad they couldn't. I don't get it either. Like, they got Regula with Nurse right now. Doesn't Stetcher seem perfect for Nurse? You know, Nurse, I think, likes playing the puck, though. He likes hitting and blocking shots and doing all the hard work stuff. But, yeah, I don't get that. I don't get it. I wonder if they wish they kept him, like, given that Wallman's out too, you know? But also, when the Leafs got Stetcher, it's not like we were like, our problems are solved. Most of us were like, oh, great. And he's just been a revelation here. Sometimes you just find a match. Good thing Hildeby's name isn't Bedard, or that what? Isn't Bedard on that blocker save, or else he'd be flopping around the ice right now and milking a muscle strain the next 2 months. What are you talking about? All right. Did you hear Stastny on 32 Thoughts? Likeable guy. I did not, but I believe you. Hi, Steve. I'm a Panthers fan from Quebec. Just wanted to say the SDP is an oasis in the desert after rough days. I love it. Thank you. What's your favorite Morgan Riley moments? Well, yeah, when he drew a picture of me in the blue room, or his playoff OT winner against Tampa. Dish out the passes, the puck off the glasses, then slammed into the boards by Regula. Sorry, I'm catching up on all these comments. Here's McDavid. McDavid in front. Oh, no. Troy Stetcher, I think, just scored on his own net. Oh. That'll be McDavid's second of the game. It's a nice shot by Stetcher. Maybe forgetting what jersey he was wearing. McDavid skates in. Oh, what are you doing, Troy? Like Nuge might have got that, but oh dear. Oh dear. And now it's tied. 65th career 2-goal game. And the guiltiest player for the rest of the night is going to be Troy Stetcher. Oh dear. Nice. Through the neutral zone with speed. Jarry plays it. Matthews cycles it. Nice. 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 Covered up by Jarry. Thoughts on the conference leading Islanders? I hope Matthew Schaefer isn't out any amount of time. I honestly thought the Islanders would be near the bottom of the East. And they're unreal. Smiling Popcorn. Whoa, 50 piece. Hey, my guy, love you and everyone on the pod. Thanks for a great you. You're welcome. Let's repeat it again. Go Bolton Pens. Thank you, Smiling Popcorn. Cassie says, I am not a happy camper. Yeah, I've watched my team blow a 5-1 lead. I didn't like it either. Frederick, to the point, on. Stop by Hildeby and a little bit of rough stuff in front of the net. 8:54 to go in the second. I think I'm finally caught up. Chaos. Drew asking a good question. Does that count as a shot for the Oilers? I don't know. So, unpopular opinion, that shouldn't count as a McDavid goal. It should count as an own goal. And the NHL has that. If you go on the NHL website when there's an own goal, they will call it an own goal, but they'll still award it to a player on the other team. Like, it's one thing if it goes off of a player, but like Setcher shot it into his own net. That's an own goal. It is the very definition of an own goal. Leafs almost get out of their zone. Benoit, Thrun. Now they get out. Lorentz hits Cowan. Lorentz looks hurt. I think he just got a stick in the face or something. Cowan. Thrun. On. Deflected. Lorentz stopped by Jarry. That's a good save. Maybe his best of the night so far. Lorentz sticks with it. Oilers off the glass and out. Benoit, Thrun. Having 2 and 3 on the ice at the same time is a nightmare for me. They look too similar. Cowan gets it deep, puts it right in on Jarry. It's in the neutral zone now. Mangiapane finds Lazar. Yarncroak all over him. Reporter Jesse Blake confirming that is not a shot on goal for the Oilers. So that just kills Hildeby's save percentage. Yarncroak, good hustle here. Yarncroak and Robertson, 2 Energizer bunnies, and then the size of Wah. It's an interesting line. Puck squirts loose. Riley down low to help out. Wah takes on 2 guys at once. Robertson cycles it for OEL. Leafs still have possession here. OEL down low for Wah. Pinned again. Oilers finally come up with it. And they get it out, but intercepted there by Yarncroak and whacked back. Never mind. Here comes Mangiapane. Gets around Stetcher. Driven wide. Finds the point. Ekholm. Draisaitl with speed. Hands it off. On. Stopped by Hildeby. Can Tavares get it out? Robertson dead tired. He's been out there a long time. And that was a hard-working shift. McDavid hat trick for the game winner. Bad feelings, says Andrew Doucette. How dare you? They've blown leads in the last 4 games, the Penguins have. Oy. Bouchard had to beat Nylander back to the puck. He does. Bouncing puck in the neutral zone. Oilers come up with it. It's still bouncing. Good battle from Stetcher. Oh, McCabe taken down behind the play. Yeah, they're going to call a penalty there. What happened there? McCabe has the puck taken off him by McDavid, and with 5:58 to go in the second, Leafs will get a power play here. It's Podkolzin going off. Oh, he just takes out the legs of McCabe. Puck long gone. And this is a big opportunity for the Leafs here. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Brought to you by Bally Sportsbook and Casino. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. I'm not saying anything good about a Leaf player ever again, says Robert Bett. Valid. How do you compete against arguably the best D-man in Makar? You go out and get arguably the best D-man in Hughes. Did you see all the Canucks fans saying, now I can finally stop pretending he's the best D-man in the world? Drew did. Cassie, how much does Santa pay for parking? Nothing. It's on the house. I like it. Sedin Magic. On the bright side, those McDavid goals are doing me wonders as I try to hand my brother his first loss in fantasy this week. He's 6-0-2. Wow. So this is interesting. Jesse pointing out Hildeby stats right now, goals against 2, but he has, it's officially listed as 20 saves on 21 shots. So he still has a .952 save percentage. It affects his goals against, but not his save percentage. I'll be interested to see if they change that. Steve, do your Don Cherry impression next power play. All right, here's the team. That's right. I haven't done it in so long. NHL should be like the MLB with pitcher stats not getting hurt on runs caused by errors. Shouldn't count against goalie stats if your teammate puts it in. Well, it appears that's the case. Leafs on the power play. Puck is dropped. Nylander. Matthews! That goes just wide. Wow, did he crank that? Matthews. Tavares. Matthews. Leafs power plays 31st. Drew, it was 32nd. Nylander. Lazar. Tavares. Riley. Matthews. Tavares! That goes wide. Edmonton clears it. That's not a bad start for the Leafs power play. Got a few looks there. Smiling popcorn. Gracias, amigo. Are you still mad at Toronto for stealing the Blue Room idea? No. Riley. Matthews. 1:15 to go in this power play. Nice. His pass is intercepted. Oilers dump it. That's no good. Can't have that. Leafs have 11 power play goals this season. That ranks last in the National Hockey League. Matthews. Nice. Around for Tavares. Getting some shots wouldn't kill him. Might not hurt. Riley. Oh, rebound. Nice. Stop by Jarry. Would it shock me to know what, Drew? That puck goes out of play. Colorado is the 27th ranked power play? Drew, are they good? Holy. What do you call an old snowman? Water. You know what, Cassie? You can't do the Santa one and follow it up with that. Jarry is a very reactive goalie. Makes me nervous. Are you an Oilers fan? He's athletic for sure. He's just Leafs second unit is out there. McMahon drops to his knee to make a play. Wad digs for it. Domi gets it to OEL at the point. Domi. OEL! That stopped. Domi. OEL! Deflected wide. Cowan. OEL. Domi. Domi shoots. Stop by Jarry. Rebound is stopped by Jarry. McMahon taken down. Cowan. 13 seconds. Cowan. OEL! That's driven wide. Domi. 5 seconds. OEL. On. Rebound. Oh! Waugh couldn't get there. McMahon doesn't have a stick. 3 shots on that power play. Leafs lose the zone. And OEL, I think, just puts it into the Leafs bench. Jarry looking pretty sharp there. Domi dunked him right in the head. Waugh. Oh, my goodness. They had their chances there. Can the next LFR be called Hit the Effing Net? Yeah, maybe. Leave me alone, Steve. I'm having a moment. I understand. If you boil a funny bone, it becomes a laughing stock. That's very humorous. Jarry goes to the Oilers bench. He's talking to a trainer. I think Jarry might be coming out of this game. This is a long conversation here at the Oilers bench. No, couldn't have been the concussion spotter. Oh, did it maybe hit him in the neck? Collarbone? He didn't react at all. No, he's going back in. Maybe he just needed a moment. Interesting. Well, keep an eye on that. They didn't score, but both units looked good there. I don't disagree. It's a shame the Leafs don't have a power play goal tonight. I think they've had two pretty good-looking power plays, at least by their standards. It's been looking better lately, but like at the end of the day, you need to friggin' score, and you're last in the entire league. Oilers gain the zone. McDavid, Hyman, and Draisaitl all together right now. Stetcher. On! Deflected! Hildeby makes the save. Get it out! Dicking around with it. Stetcher off the glass. Not out. Nice interception. He gets it out. He drives. What a move! Stopped by Jarry. Tricky. Matthews holds the zone. Yarncroak to Nyes. Nyes, what a move! Can't find Matthews. Oilers with it. Robertson attacking. Lawton gets the Oilers to turn it over. Robertson finds Lorentz. Doesn't get the shot off. Keeps it alive. Turns it over. Here comes Henrique. Finds Janmark. Oilers. Nurse fake the one-timer. That one goes wide. Robertson, Lawton, and Lorentz. Leafs chip it into the Oilers zone. Regula comes up with it as the Leafs change. Janmark gains the zone, hands it off to Henrique. Into the corner for Frederick. Oilers at the point. Nurse. Down low. Thrun had to free his stick there. Couldn't go after it. Tavares hard around for Nylander. Nylander to Thrun. Tried to go back to Nylander. Didn't work. Oilers lost the zone. And Ekholm broke his stick there, but they go offside. That's a bit of a break for the Oilers. That it went offside, because it could have been all of a sudden you got a defenseman far from his own bench with no stick. Why did the snowman go to the garden? To pick his nose? Oh, carrot. You got me. You got me. Riley. Behind his own net. Tavares. Hard to Nylander. Too far ahead of him. Riley. Back to Willie. Willie cross ice to Tavares. Tavares stops up. Looks for a pass. It's broken up. And oh boy, Tavares makes up for his own mistake. Boy, oh boy. Good thing he stopped that. That would have been a break going the other way. Under 90 seconds to go in the second here. Nuge gains the zone. Mangiapane on. That might have hit the outside of the post there. Stetcher digging for it. It's a shame. He's had such a good night, except for the time he scored on his own net. He's probably stopped 2 goals and scored 1. 1:05 to go. Regula to Nurse. Robertson in there. Oilers hard up the ice to Mangiapane. He's got Stetcher on him. Waugh steals it off him. McCabe, Robertson, Stetcher. Up the ice, 45 seconds. Waugh after it. Robertson in front. Can't quite find Domi. Here come the Oilers with speed. It's McDavid. Doesn't quite get around OEL, but here's Draisaitl. Passes, and the Oilers score. Darnell Nurse on the one-timer with 31 seconds to go in the second. And it is an Oilers lead once again. 3-2 here at the end of the second. McDavid is okay, Drew. Yes, he is not a bad player. 3 Leafs went after him, which is overkill, and that left the whole other side of the ice wide open. You'd like Domi to have a plan there? Not great. Neutral zone, Podkolzin. Under 20 seconds to go. OEL. Domi. Nyes. Shot. Wide. Out of play. 12.2 seconds to go in the second. Steve, will Matthews ever take over a game again? It's a difficult conversation because I think he's playing really well, but is he playing like Austin Matthews? Okay, that's all for tonight. Back to wallowing I go. Idea, SDPN streams top 10 videos, big moments. Ooh. I know, Drew's like, stop giving me more work. Riley on. That is blocked. Matthews. One-timer from Willie. Stop by Jarry. And we'll get one more face-off here, it looks like. Steve, if you could remove any NHL awards or trophies, which ones would you take out? What new awards would you introduce? I think we need more awards, not less. I'm not taking any away. The only one that's like sort of weird is the Jennings. Willie. Can't win the draw. That'll do it for the second period. Leafs had the lead. They didn't look bad. They scored on their own net. They had chances to retake the lead. And with 31 seconds to go, McDavid creates the opportunity. Nurse buries it, and it's a 3-2 Oilers lead. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. This stream is brought to you by Bally Sportsbook and Casino. We're about to play Final 20 with Dangle here on this stream. I am ready to do it, Drew. New awards, best offensive and best defensive defenseman. Do you think this is fair? Toronto get Pettersson and Vancouver get Robertson, Michelli, Carlo, and Yarncroke and a bunch of picks. No, I don't want Elias Pettersson. What are you doing? GG, it was a fun game. I was close on prediction. So what was the bet? We get Edmonton Steve Cream? I have no idea what you're talking about. Time to resurrect Steve Dangets. Oh, Oilers fan Steve? Why does it say Edmonton Steve Cream? Yo, the YouTube chat box is a demon. And it just turns your words into whatever. I don't blame you for that at all. Time to resurrect Steve's Dangets. Give me $12 billion and I will buy the rights and I will do it. The Messier Leader Award by Messier. Oh, yeah, that one's stupid. Get rid of that. Final 20. Click the link down below if you want to play. I believe it's available the whole second intermission, right, Drew? Over at Bally Sportsbook and Casino. First prize is a $300 Fanatics gift card. Second prize is a $100 Fanatics gift card. Oh, wait. No, sorry. I'm reading the wrong thing. It's the latest winners. First prize is a $300 Fanatics gift card. Bally Bet, Final 20 with Dangle. Drew, let's go. Pick a Leafs player to get a point. I think Matthews is going to take over a game. He's going to get a point. First Maple Leafs player to get a shot. Why not Austin Matthews? First team to get a shot. I'm going to go Oilers here. Will the Leafs score in the first 10 minutes? I'm going to say no. How many shots total in the third? 21. Lot. Matthews, Oilers, no, and 21. That's what I got. Picks are in. What are yours? Can you beat me? I like to be cocky, but unlikely. Or yes, likely, actually. I'm terrible at this, and I've been terrible at this. Drew, do we have a clip? Oh, we got us talking about the Jarry trade. Let's get to it.
Oilers sending Stuart Skinner, Brett Kulak, and a second-round pick to Pittsburgh in the Tristan Jarry trade. Sam Poulin is also heading to Edmonton as a part of this Penguins trade. And what's interesting is Puckpedia's got the salary breakdown. So Jarry has is in year 3 of a 5-year deal at $5.375. Poulin is in year 2 of a $7.75 deal in the AHL.
Former first-round pick.
Oh yeah, in 2019?
2019, he's big. He's a winger. Really good AHL numbers, but AHL numbers are not NHL numbers.
Skinner for the Oilers in year 3 of a $2.6 million per year deal. Kulak in year 4 of a $2.75 million deal. Both expiring, and a 29 second round pick. That's all right, a 2029 second round pick. According to them, the net cap added is $850K if you exclude Poulin in the AHL. And by the way, as a part of this, because the Oilers traded a defenseman away, they also traded a 3rd round pick in 2027 to the Nashville Predators for Spencer Stastny, who you
call the Preds every day, man.
Yeah,
call them
honestly,
every day.
Getting a useful NHL defenseman for a 3rd round pick a couple of years from now is pretty sweet.
A useful 25-year-old NHL defenseman who, when his contract expires, will be a restricted free agent for a 3rd round pick 2 years from now. When is best case scenario, right?
Mm-hmm.
Preds make that pick and they nail it. When's he a Pred? When's he in the lineup?
2030, 2031.
What are they doing? What are they doing? I hate that for the Preds, and I know, Preds 6-3 in their last 9. We can maybe talk about that, but that's just, I hate that move. Obviously, the Oilers have the most to gain here if Jarry is the best version of Jarry. I really like that move for the Penguins.
Well, I should have started the show with, how does Kyle Dubas keep getting away with this? Because Kyle Dubas was able to move Tristan Jarry, a player who last year, I've kept notes, allowed the first goal on the first shot in 6 of 22 games before being waived and sent down to the AHL.
That's insane.
He could have been had for free. This guy was unplayable, and 6 months later, the Pittsburgh Penguins turned him into Brett Kulak and Stuart Skinner on expiring contracts. There's 2 more years left in Jarry's deal, expiring contracts.
There's a greater than 0% chance Skinner ends up performing better than Jarry. I would put the odds on Jarry being better, but it's greater than 0, man. It's definitely greater than 0. I think they need help on defense. We were just talking about it a couple days ago on the show to get Brett Kulak, who's not having the greatest time, but if he returns to form, that'd be great for them. And you get a pick. So all this money is sent out the door.
You freed up cap space for next summer.
You get present. You get futures. I'm not sure what I don't like about this if I'm a Penguin. The only thing you could argue, it decreases their chances of winning now, which
you could argue it, but Shilov is the starter now.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
Well,
you listen. So here, Jesse, here's my question to you. After today, which goaltending tandem do you take? Artur Shilov and Stuart Skinner, or Tristan Jarry and Calvin Pickard?
I want the one in Pittsburgh. This was an absolute fleecing by Kyle Dubas. I don't understand why Edmonton thinks Tristan Jarry is their guy when he's locked up for a long term and he's been average to very good throughout his entire career. This is a guy who's 30, who was waived a couple of times, as you guys
Very
mentioned.
good or very bad? Average to very good, you think? Or?
Average to good, he's been throughout his entire career.
Right.
That you know what you are getting in Tristan Jarry. And with Stuart Skinner, you kind of had the same thing, except now you're flipping salaries for a lot more for a couple more years. Like I don't understand why Edmonton chose Jarry as their person. I would much rather be in the Penguins situation where you have the flexibility on the cap coming off of this offseason when Stuart Skinner's a free agent. You could walk away and do whatever. And then you also have a good goalie in Shelovs. Like, yeah, man. I think the Penguins are coming away looking really good here.
Don't let Dubas get into the weeds. Like I find the fewer pieces involved in a trade, the more likely he is to lose that trade handily.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yep.
The more complicated the deal is, like, that's all him. Stan Bowman's not like, yeah, let's make this fucking weird. Like, Dubas is like, no, okay. And working out all the money and everything. There is absolutely a chance Jarry plays the best hockey of his career. He goes back to being an all-star. That was the thing he was, legitimately. And who knows, maybe they win the cup. But in this moment, I really like it for Pittsburgh.
It is an interesting move for the Oilers in the sense that, as well, Stuart Skinner has won 7 playoff rounds. Tristan Jarry has won 0.
So, you know how Jarry's playoff reputation is diabolical? Like, it's completely awful. I thought he had choked on like 3 or 4 different series for the Penguins. He's completed like 1.
Yeah. But still.
For them.
Still.
Yeah. No, Jarry's problem has been not getting the Penguins to the playoffs.
So, guys, is this obviously it was clear that Stuart Skinner needed a change of scenery. They needed to make a change there. Everybody I thought that they'd keep Skinner because he's on the last year of a deal. And whoever they were bringing in would platoon with him. Take the pressure off Stuart Skinner. Is this I don't want to call it a panic move, but is this a move of desperation because there aren't a lot of goalies available?
Not a panic move, but like if this trade doesn't work out, if this trade doesn't make the Penguins better, there's other upside to it. There's money off the books, expiring money, there's futures, great. If Jarry doesn't make the Oilers better, it's a failure. Beginning, middle, end. Right? That's it. Unless Poulin is friggin' unreal, which I suppose it's possible, right? He's got really good AHL numbers. I wonder if he gets an opportunity in their lineup. I have no idea. But if this doesn't make the Oilers better now, they lost. They lost the deal.
And that's a lot of pressure. Jesse?
Stan Bowman provided comment on the trade. He said, I think it's not so much a comment on Stuart Skinner. It's really maybe time for something different here. But I think we wanted to make sure that the person we were bringing in felt confident. And then he went on to say, we've done a lot of work on this position. Obviously, it gets a lot of attention. Tristan's had a really consistent performance as a pro up until last season. So certainly that's something we looked into and wanted to see how he started this year. We've watched him very closely and have been impressed with his performance over the course of his career. I think he's shown to be a very solid goaltender. And then lastly, he said, we certainly weren't trying to trade Brett Kulak. He's a great person and a great player on our team. We're going to miss him. But in order to make the transaction work and the money going back and forth, that had to be part of it. Those are Stan Bowman's comments today on the trades.
No one's giving you a for sure goalie.
Well, no, you can't get one.
No, the best you can do is get a maybe goalie. And that's what Jarry is.
What did you guys think the NHL headline of this article would be? They got a little pun on their homepage for this.
Jarry's an Oiler now.
A Jarry morning. A jarring morning?
You guys are way off. Think Oilers.
Oil change.
Ladies and gentlemen, pull it up.
Please don't be oil change. That's the name of the show. Are you serious? That's the name of the show from like the 2010s.
Bang! I don't think I've ever got one.
I don't think you've ever nailed it
you
flat
nailed
out
it.
without a couple hints. That's a good one.
Wow.
Merry Christmas.
Wow.
That
One
was
and all.
for long-time listeners. We've been playing that game for
10 years?
like probably less than that, maybe like 6, 7. But like we've been playing. Sorry, no, that's 7, 8 years we've been playing that. And Steve just nailed it. Oil change. NHL headline.
Wow.
I'm gonna ride that the rest of the day. The Leafs won last night.
Remember the oil change
I'm
TV show, though?
retconning it to
No,
they
I don't
won.
know what you're talking about.
You've never heard of the oil change TV show where
No.
they made it like either it was online or it was on like
It was on like Oil TV or something.
yeah, and it was about like how they were rebuilding, but it was like pre Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
So it was like,
But they sucked.
man, let's talk about let's do a deep dive on Nail Yakupov.
Yeah.
Like it was great. It was
Yeah, that's
People
nice,
love
but I
Jordan
think they're doing a play on the oil changing, you know, like changing the oil in the
Oh.
car. I think that's probably what they're referencing and not this weird show you guys are talking about.
hey.
If I ran the NHL website, I would make them all so annoying. Like
But
my
they
headline,
are.
my headline would be Penguin change.
Oh, like that annoying.
Just why not? Penguin change. No, makes no sense whatsoever. I'm having a great time. What do you guys want to talk about?
One of my questions to Stan Bowman would be, if you thought this highly of Tristan Jarry, why did you not collect him when he was available to you for free for 0 assets?
Well, they were capped out, Jess. Probably. That's probably why. But I also want to say that I agree with you, and I think the thing that really puts a punctuation point on what you just said is the fact that 6 months ago in April, he said flatly, no, we don't need a goalie. And even then, Jesse, we knew that they did.
Skinner had an 896 last season with a 26-18-4 record, which, like, I don't know. It's not that bad. And we know how bad the Oilers started and he improved. Like, what I'm going to say is I don't think this was as desperate a need last year as it is this year. It's not as obvious a need, especially
The Oilers goaltending situation?
Now wait. Because Skinner... People forget.
The thing we've been talking about for 4 years.
Listen, I've been on that bandwagon this whole time, but I'm trying to play devil's advocate here. Skinner in the 2024 Stanley Cup final run was spectacular. In the games where he was spectacular, in the games where he wasn't, he was awful.
Mm-hmm.
Back half of the series, remember that narrative? Well, all that's gone away, right? Like there was reason to believe in him, and now I'm just there wasn't more reason to believe in him in Edmonton. Maybe he finds his game in Pittsburgh. He wasn't going to find it there.
There's a lot of revisionist history.
It is. I'm trying to make sense of a move
No.
that I think the Oilers lost.
Yeah, I think Stan Bowman got pushed enough that he finally did it, you know, and he saw a goalie available that he wanted and he went out and got it. I think that's the long and the short of it. And they sat on this for so long that he finally was like, okay, it's untenable, but he should have realized it was untenable before that.
I wholeheartedly
Like if they, because there's proof of concept with Stuart Skinner here. Like,
Yeah.
there's no doubting that. They went to 2 straight Stanley Cup finals.
Yeah.
He is a goalie that's good enough to get you there.
Right.
In that run, you also had to have a goalie in Pickard pick him up throughout the playoffs because he got benched because he was so bad.
Yeah.
So that's what you had to go with. So you know what you had in there. And before that, you should have realized this isn't the best way to get there. And maybe if you had made the decision earlier, one of those finals could have run a different way. But like he's finally come to the realization that I think everybody else has kind of come to a long time ago.
Yes.
I wonder how hard the Oilers tried to keep Skinner and move Pickard for an improvement, which that's something I've been on.
But
for
who's
months.
taking that?
Well, this is the problem, right?
Like, no disrespect to Cal Pickard. He's come in and played some really key playoff moments for them in the last couple of drives to the finals, but who's taking that?
Well, as long as we're doing revisionist history, like Brandon Bussey, I assume was a free agent.
I think he was on waivers.
Yeah, like there are.
Hey, you could have had Askarov for a first.
You could have had a lot of different adequate goalies and just friggin' tried them.
Mm-hmm.
And like the only thing you can come up with is Connor Ingram, and he might never play a game for your team.
Yep.
Yeah. And Adam's favorite quote about Stan Bowman not wanting to address the need of goaltending, that is him with all of those options that have come through the last.
line. I got to tweet out the link. Because it's the third period. Steve Dangle here. I'm going to fix my hair. On the SDPN YouTube channel. Brought to you by Bally Sportsbook and Casino. Click like. Click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Drew, how dare you? He says, how long until you just for men your beard? I'm never doing it. I'm going to age gracefully. Your buddy did it with black. He had a full gray beard and he showed up with black one day. This is the thing. Like, the cat's out of the bag. You've already seen the gray. Like, I can't just put it away. Puck is dropped. Oilers come up with that. Domi helping to create a turnover here. Oilers come up with it. It's Nuge. I like my beard. Hyman curls back. Bouchard, Ekholm. On wide. Oh, in front. Oilers have it behind the net now. Hildeby. Oh! McDavid just rolled that wide. Domi out to Bouchard in the neutral zone at very least. McDavid cycles it. Stetcher is going to be first on it. Can he get it out? No, he cannot. Hyman. Around for McDavid. McDavid to Bouchard. On! That's behind the Leafs net. Stetcher. Get it out. Enough of this. Oilers have it at the blue line and dump it. Hildeby out of his net. Ugh! McDavid creates a turnover there. I don't like that. Stetcher takes him down. No call. I didn't see anything wrong. Stetcher's been all over him. Regula. On. Stopped by Hildeby and covered up. Not a great start to the third for Toronto. Hey, first shot on goal, Oilers. I got one for final 20. Still waiting for the Leafs' first shot on goal. I had Matthews. He was already out there. He's not out there anymore. Hey, Steve. Was so happy to finally meet you in Oshawa. Hope you found a place. Oh, Regula. Down low. Draisaitl. On. Hildeby. Ah! Podkolzin deflects it in, and the Oilers early in the third take a 2-goal lead. Horrible start to the third for the Leafs. They went to the net, Drew. They went to the net. Why is OEL playing Podkolzin like that? That is a bit of a bouncer. That pinged off the ice. I think it hit Podkolzin in the knee. They just collected the puck. Is that a milestone puck for someone? Leafs now down 2 on home ice. Oh, Draisaitl career points. Covered up by Jarry. Leo, geez. Drew mentioning that the game was tied like 2 minutes at game time ago. Steve, I was so happy to finally meet you in Oshawa. Found a place for the 74-75 Leaf schedule in the Blue Room yet? No, but it's on the Dangle bar, which is outside of the Blue Room. I got to find a spot for it. Stetcher, loyal to the Oil with that tying goal. Ha ha! Tavares with it in the neutral zone. Thank you for that schedule, by the way. Tavares. OEL. Oh, good stick from Savoy in the neutral zone. Draisaitl. 5-2. Podkolzin again. It was a tie game with 31 seconds to go in the second. It's a minute and 55 into the third, and it's 5-2 Oilers. Unacceptable. And it's Podkolzin going to the net again. Riley not able to contain him. It goes in. Not an acceptable effort. Home ice. Not acceptable. Awful. Awful hockey. Awful stuff. Really, really bad. 18 minutes to tie it or something. Someone's already done it tonight. You might as well join them. Terrible. Emberson with it in his own end. Draisaitl almost at 1,000 points. Hill to be out of the net to play it. Cut off by the Oilers. That hot Leafs team getting further and further in the rear view the way they're playing right now. New updated odds. Oilers minus 10,000, Leafs plus 1,700. Hammered. Oh, rebound! That one goes wide. Robertson mad at himself. Stick with the play, kid. Very close to too many men for the Leafs. Robertson with it in the neutral zone. Shot! That's deflected wide by Jarry. McCabe. It's behind the net. Wah! Can't center it. Bouchard. What a disappointment. Lazar. McCabe in his own end. Communicate, for God's sake. Their body language is awful right now. Like, all right, you're losing. All right. Can you play the rest of the game? You guys are pro hockey players, aren't you? Oh, first time? First time, I guess, eh? Let's all cry about it. Regula. To the point. Nurse. Down low for McDavid. Matthews. Nice. Oilers at their own blue line. Domi. Can't keep it alive. Regula. Nuge. I know. Imagine the guys who were still in the beer line. That's what one of the comments just said. I haven't even had a chance to read it yet. Matthews in the corner. Domi. Denies. Gets it deep as Domi and Matthews peel off. You got to get some stuff going. This feels like a death march. Good Lord. You're losing. Okay. Like, no one cares. Pick it up. Nylander. Can't find McMahon. Savoy. Hands it off. Stop by Hildeby. It does feel like they're already checked out. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. Those checks cleared, right? Make millions, right? You're in the NHL, right? Dry your tears and try to score a goal. Pathetic. I step away for 2 minutes and now it's 5-2. Damn Maple Sabres not having a good night. Let's go Red Wings. Steve brings up the standings. Oh, okay. Detroit's back in a playoff spot. -9 goal differential. Okay. Talk that crap while you can. Here comes Lawton. I've been getting less and less of those chirps as this season goes on. Have you noticed that? Nah, you guys believe. You got to keep believing. You got to keep those chirps up, or I'm going to start to think that you don't believe in them. You do, don't you? Hill to be out of his net. Ah! Wah. Move your feet! Cowan. Chips it in for Casper, the friendly friggin' frig off. McCabe, Stetcher, on, deflected, wide. Pass for Cowan is off target. In the neutral zone. Is that a hand pass? I think it's a hand pass. Steve, your attitude changed so fast. Yeah, they scored 3 goals in 2 minutes of game time. Like, yeah, I'm mad. This sucks. If I had to guess how many 3-point games McDavid had against the Leafs in his career, played 26 games, including today. 10. This is his 8th. Crazy. As a Wings fan who watched McDavid all over us on Thursday, he seems to have found another gear in December, and if that's even possible. It's absolutely possible. He had like a mediocre start to the season by his standard. What's that? No, Drew loves doing this. Drew loves doing this. He's like, McKinnon's not holding him off. He's going to win the Art Ross. Stop it. Steve, you're saltier than a bag of salted nuts. I can think of saltier things than that. I think most flavored chips are more salty than that. McDavid's only 2 points back? Maybe you're right. Honest question, is 88 playing? No, not really. And, like, he's sick, but, like, you're in the lineup, aren't you? Been getting fed drugs and IVs all day. World-class training staff. Like, if you're in the lineup, play. The Leafs won't tell us anything about how they're feeling. So, if you're in the lineup, I'm supposed to care? Produce or go home. Like, I really don't care. Genesis, where's Alberta Steve? Go Oilers, go. Alberta Steve doesn't have a jersey right now. I love Matthews, but for this much money, what is wrong? Since he got the C, he has been captain defer. I think people are being way harder on him than they need to be, but like for 13.25, maybe that's the standard he should be friggin' held to. There was a time where he was in the McDavid conversation or McDavid adjacent, and he's not even close. Not even close. There he goes. McDavid skating hard away from Matthews as if to drive the point home. Stopped by Hildeby. You're down 3, eh? You're down 3. Get some shots. They look awful. Can they give Beast an easy game for once? No. They might as well let Akhtyamov get his first NHL action because this game's checked out. This team's checked out. They stopped playing hockey. They're not there. Like, furious at this effort. First goal, Oilers go. Second, how are you doing now? Just my bum is how I'm doing. Leafs win the faceoff in their own zone. Lorentz chips it out for himself. Lorentz! That is stopped high by Jarry and out of play. 13:27 to go in the third. You can always count on Lorentz to give a general damn when the rest of the team doesn't. Leafs 2-0-4 in their last 6 home games. Glass half full. 6-game point streak. They did shoot, just nothing hits the damn net. That's fair. Leafs lose that draw in the Oilers' zone. Regula, Nurse, and out. Hildeby out of the net to play it. Hard around. Into the neutral zone. Regula finds a way to get it to Nurse. Oilers just doing whatever. They're just freestyling out here. Regula. Nurse. Hildeby save. You're down 3. Did Robo lose his spot after tonight? To who? Oh, I guess Joshua when he comes back. I think Robbie's looked good. I think Robbie's looked good. So who do you take out is the question, I guess. But yeah, they were even the whole game. Not a great start, but they got it back on track. They had the lead. Oilers didn't tie it until the Leafs scored on themselves. And then they just exploded. Like, pathetic. Lawton, cross ice to Thrun. Shot, stopped by Jarry. Cowan. Can't find a friendly stick. Leafs can't hold the zone. Benoit collects it in his own end. 1-2-2-1 to go in the third. See, that's fun. Benoit. Lawton swats it into the Oilers zone. Ekholm. Here's Nyes through the neutral zone. Turns it over. Riley. Who was that to? Bouchard. Old school 1969. Welcome to SDP VIP ad free. You just cut off. 2 years too late. Domi to the point. Riley on, that's deflected and off target by Matthews. Bouchard. Tied up behind the Oilers net. Ekholm gets it into the neutral zone, and this is maybe a 2-on-1. Oh, OEL just cleans it up in time. He goes up the ice, and it's icing because he passed it to a full shift of changing forwards. What happened? Their breakout does suck. What happened? I need to know if Craig Berube has ever tried to physically fight these guys. Wouldn't you? Like, I know you're a fan and everything, but like, what if your job depended on it? Wouldn't you? Nurse, that goes wide. 11 minutes to go in the third. No sign of life from the Toronto Maple Leafs. Leafs clear it like a team defending a lead. They're down 3. Here comes McDavid. Stopped by Hildeby. Oh my God. Hyman. Nuge. Zach Hyman. Zach Hyman makes it 6-2. Berube should walk off the bench. I'm struggling to find something to pick out to say. Drew, I need green light to swear. Oh, here you go, Drew. You got your friggin' wish, dude. Akhtimov getting his first NHL action behind a team that sucks absolute butthole. Anyway, good luck, kid. Good luck. Have fun. McDavid's 1 point back for the league lead. Atta boy. You guys should all be real proud of your performance tonight. Look at the Oilers. Look at the Oilers. All smile. All smiles. Everyone's all smiles. They walk into your barn. You're disgraced. You are disgraceful. How dare you take the ice in this uniform? How dare you step onto an NHL ice surface? Oh my God. You don't appreciate it. Look at Hildeby on the bench. He looks crushed. The fans aren't hard enough on you. What a miserable, loathsome, awful performance from a team that doesn't love hockey, this city, or its fans. Lay a hit. You're okay. You're not going to throw a shot. Lay a hit. Get in a fight. What? Berube should strangle somebody. Savoy to the point. This is Globetrotter nonsense. Get the puck. Chipping it out like you're not down 4. Drew, can you save me the indignity of having to shoot an LFR tonight and just take some clips from this? They just poked the kid! You're down 4! Holy shit! Punch someone in the friggin' head! They don't hate to lose. They don't love hockey. Miserable, loathsome losers. Good Lord. Shocking performance in front of paying fans. Hockey night in Canada. This is beneath everyone involved, including everyone watching. Screw you too. Just spitting in the face of everyone who's ever worn this jersey, fan or otherwise, with every shift they take. What a disgrace. That hot streak they were on, crawling back into the... Crumple that up and throw it in the trash. You choke against the Sharks and now this? Nah. That streak was the exception, not the rule. You suck. You don't hate to lose. You never have. In just a moment, John Cena's final match ever will begin. Steven chat, let's get a you can't see me. Hey, look, I'm the Leafs. Don't know why, but this just popped in my head. What would the Hawk and Cheesies taste like with Costco gravy? Yo. I wish they mercy pulled Beast. Yeah, they did. Later, Steve. I'm off to get something to eat. Stop deploying Matthews as if he's Philip Deneau. Leafs trash. Matthews has 2 shots on net. Draisaitl and McDavid have more points than that each. It's disgraceful. I'm sorry, Steve. I just have to say McKinnon just scored his 26th. Not trying to troll, but celebrate with Drew, who trolls enough. Covered up by Akhtomov. Benoit, fight him! Oh, yeah. Garbage. Hopefully the huge trades will wake up Brad. Never too early to shop around and see who's available. Steve Dangle, 1 taker incoming. Yeah, maybe. Give us a 1 taker. You'll still put more effort into your video than the Leafs gave. Nordique, welcome to STP VIP ad free. They showed up like Steve did for the second. What? Oh, because I wasn't there for the first couple of minutes. Yeah, no, Drew pointing out, like, I have to watch another 20 minutes of this. Like, when the Leafs play like this when I'm streaming, it's so much worse than when I'm not. because now you just gotta watch so intently. And I can't let you down. There's already one group of people doing that, and they make a lot more than friggin' I do. I'll tell you that much. Is this worse than the Habs game? Yeah, because like, where did they go? Where did they go? Where did they friggin' go? The puck has been in their zone the entire third. You guys suck. Willie's sick, remember? Already has an excuse. Yeah. Blue Jays, looking forward to the Blue Jay season. Frosty, welcome to SDP VIP. How about them Blue Jays? Yeah. How about them Blue Jays? Behind the Leafs net. This is actually disgraceful. McDavid digging. Every team comes in here knowing the cameras are on them, knowing the mics are there, and they put on a performance as if they're proving a point. The Oilers are doing that tonight. The Leafs never do that. They don't have it in them. The only point they prove is that they stink. Here comes McDavid, Hyman, Emberson, stop by Akhtomov. Matthews is cooked, Steve. He ranks 70th in 5-on-5 goals per 60. Cool. At least I didn't pay to see the game. That's true. Attaboy, Willie. Way to get in there, buddy. Of course the viewership spikes. The viewership always spikes. Yeah, you friggin' bunch of so-and-sos. Click like. It helps out the channel, all right? Rick Robitaille, I love this country. Me too. Maybe just do a live LFR. Save your sanity and hydrate. I should hydrate, you're right. As a young TML fan, I don't have a lot of early memories of them, so seeing them crash like this is so rough. I just don't know what to tell you. Drew has a friend at the game, and he just texted Drew that Let's Go Blue Jays chants have started. Look at Willie. There's 6 minutes left. Go down the tunnel. Jarry with the save. Commercial break, as if to just extend the suffering. Was going to mention the own goal, but it got way worse. Yeah. That was the last shot the Leafs had, I'm pretty sure. People text me when the Leafs play like this, like I'm not working. And I respond like I'm not working. Thanks, Rick Robitaille. Inside JC, it's almost like Mitch wasn't the problem. When you type that, did you pull a string in your back and it just made your fingers type it? I won't crucify Stetcher as he's been generally good. Yeah, mistakes happen, man. Mistakes happen. He made a mistake. It was a real bad one, but they happen. Not a Leafs fan, just want Steve to be happy. Yeah, no. I cheer for a team full of players who don't like hockey, so yeah. It's not in the cards for me. Yeah, so this is their first regulation loss at home in 7 games, but they're 2-0-4. Like, at least you guys aren't cursed like the Devils. We need an exorcist to save our season. This is going to be a long year, I think. It's already been a long year. I no longer care about any stats, Steve. 13 years of Morgan Riley has me at wit's end. He has the heart of a team with no heart. He is the heart of a team with no heart. Truly the rot in TML. Damn. On the plus side, if you do a one taker, you can see Cena. Yeah. So Drew pointing out Morgan Riley is at least honest when the Leafs are garbage. I need some solutions though. Like, all right, yeah, you're bad. You haven't been good enough. Do you have any like plans on how to not be that anymore or what? Savoy dumps it. Drew, I'm sorry. Can you look at do the Leafs? How many shots on goal do they have this period? It was at 24. It's gone back down to 23. They might not have a shot on goal. They have one. They've been outshot 11-1. Like, here's what I struggle with LFR after a game like this. How do I come up with more than just staring down the barrel of the camera and saying F you? 11-1? Home ice? Entering a third period you were losing? You don't deserve an NHL paycheck. What? What? Oh, they're sick. I don't care if you're actively being attacked by piranhas. 11-1? Have some pride, you miserable losers. Good Lord. They checked out. I did. I said it after it was 4-2. They checked out of the game. Gave up. Sorry, Steve. Are we getting Edmonton Steve next episode? I still need an Oilers jersey. Won't change, but should 34 still be captain? I don't know. I want someone who likes hockey and being a Leaf to be captain. And I think that's like 3 guys. So I'd say the Leafs fell off the wagon, but were never on it to begin with. That it's frustrating because that's not true. They looked good. They looked good. They were winning. If the Leafs played for each other like the Jays did, yeah, they don't. DSBH 2008, welcome to SDP VIP. As a Canucks fan, I generally rather cheer for this. 2-on-1, McDavid, fans on it. McDavid. Draisaitl and McDavid went 2-on-4 and were murdering the Leafs actively. They're putting on a show. Punch someone in the head. They are joking around. They are showing you up on home ice. You don't care. You don't care. Thank you, Steve, showing up for the fans more than the Leafs. Can we get a screw the puck moment and just fight? And they're not built like that. They're not built like winners. They're not built like good hockey teams. They're not built like teams who care. You think there's going to be fisticuffs in the last minute, Drew? I will bet you 50 Canadian dollars that there's not a single fight. Yeah. I don't even need you to give me 50 if I'm right. Like, now what constitutes it? They get a fighting major or like a glove is dropped? A punch is thrown? What, glove on or off? Doesn't matter? I'll take that. You have 80 seconds, Drew. You have 75 seconds, Drew. You have 70 seconds, Drew. You have 65 seconds, Drew. They're getting booed off the ice. They deserve it. You have a minute, Drew. They're just passing it back and forth. They're getting booed off the ice. McMahon. That's out of play. Oh, here's the whistle, Drew. Here's that big fight. Here's that big fight. 51.9 seconds to go. Nothing. SDP VIP episode is better than this period. Enjoy. Oh, thank you, Delta. Lawton wins that draw. Stetcher, McCabe. One-timer from Lawrence. He scores. Always the confetti blowing across my miserable face is hilarious. It's just a line full of guys who actually give a damn, right? McMahon out there with Lawton and Lawrence. No, they're not going to pull the goalie, Drew. There's 47.9 seconds to go. They're down 3. They don't deserve a goalie pull. Thank you to Delta Go La Vista for 5 SDPN memberships. 40 seconds, Drew. 50 Canadian smackaroonies. Benoit. Slap in the face for the ending. Lawrence hit that so hard on the slide, I thought it was vintage Matthews. That's hilarious. McMahon. Thrun. Here comes that big message-sending fight. Thrun. Lawrence blocked. Here it comes. 5 seconds. Here it comes, Drew. This is where they really drive the point home. You're shocked? You're shocked? You're the producer of LFR, Drew. This is who they are. Meek little kittens. Ew. Yuck. Disgusting. The Leafs with a disgraceful effort in Toronto lose 6-3 to the Oilers. And I am turning the game off. What would Florida have done if they lost 6-3 to the Oilers? They would have abandoned. They wouldn't have hopped over the boards with sticks. Like, they would have just thrown elbows until someone died, I think. If Edmonton didn't just pass it around the last 10 minutes, it could have been 10-3. This was a mercy killing. Fair to ask if the Leafs are in? Yes. That's a slap in the face. I already said that. Rick Robitaille, thank you. I hope these next 2 days they wake up and plan. They won't. They don't like hockey, so. The Prudential Center was built on a graveyard, for those who don't know. Okay, that's pretty funny. This is a team that wishes they could be doing anything but playing hockey. After they watch the Jays, these guys don't deserve, or after we watch the Jays, these guys don't deserve our time anymore. Listen, I make videos, I make content for people who watch the Leafs. And I'm always surprised anyone shows up. If you were given the opportunity to pick any team from scratch and you were born in outer space, you would never pick this team. There are people who cheer for the Leafs who don't live anywhere near Toronto. They don't have a family member or a friend that was like, I cheer for this team. There's people who just cheer for a shitty team for the love of the game. And I think that's beautiful. It's going to make it more fun when they win. When's that coming? The Berube system is also completely lifeless. Like we all thought, they played bad last year, but won this year. They can't. I don't think. I disagree with that. I disagree with that. I don't think they played bad last year and won. They didn't play an entertaining product necessarily, but they won. Yeah, exactly. So they listened to their coach for 2 periods, and then they're like, let's just stop trying. Berube should smash everyone's locker with a bat. They should have to do major renovations to the dressing room after this game. I'd make everyone change in the hall. At what point do you switch over to stream Avs games on Saturdays so you can actually enjoy watching a team? Deep in the playoffs when the Leafs aren't there and the Avs are. Berube didn't even bother with a timeout. He shouldn't have. Akimov shutout. Hooray. Drew is in for a long night. Love you, Steve. No, Drew loves these nights because there's less editing to do because I'm going to do a one-taker. Devs fan, welcome to SDP VIP. Play La Bamba. You can't wait to hear Berube speak? I'm going to send a voice note to the CJ Show group chat. I am still on stream right now. Everyone is watching me send this. These guys, forget they don't hate to lose. They don't like hockey. Like, you can't convince me, right? How many guys in this team genuinely give a shit? How many? I'm going to go Stetcher, Lawton, Lorentz. I think McMahon gives a damn. JT. Yeah, the goalies are a given. They have to. They probably wake up, the goalies probably wake up in a cold sweat every morning, remembering they're a goalie on the Leafs. And they're on their own. They wake up every morning knowing they're on their own. They played a good first 40. They made a mistake. All right, you're down 1 at home, 20 minutes to go. And the last shift you played was in the second period. These guys hate hockey. They hate their fans. And it's crazy that there aren't enough of us that just straight up hate them back. If there was actually pressure in this city, Berube would take a bat to every one of their stalls tonight. This is when I just start sending voice notes to friends, like workshopping material for LFR. Like, in all seriousness, GG Steve, thanks for the great content. You're welcome. Flames in 31st, and they work and try harder. Yeah. LFR title, The Titanic featuring the Leafs. The Titanic stayed afloat longer than the Leafs. Hockey is cultural. If you feel tonight the Habs are leaving Fowler out to dry right now after the Rags crash the net, I've seen this before. Oh, I feel you tonight. Sorry. Even those of us that didn't pay to see this cluster F live are getting shafted by Sportsnet price hike. True. Stephen DeRoy, thank you. Lawrence is quite literally one of 3 former Panthers that signed with the Leafs after they won a cup. At least he scored a goal and put in some fight. OEL put in some fight. Stolarz didn't crash hard enough. LFR title, wake the F up. The LFR title should just be like, Drew, how would you spell like talking a loogie? Like, how would you spell that? Oh, video hawk to calling this video hawk to You didn't mention Matthews for giving a heck, and I gotta agree. He got to see and his electricity turned off. He isn't the same guy. And like I think I'm still mourning that. I have a picture hanging right above where I shoot LFR of Matthews scoring his 60th goal for the first time against Detroit. I took it down for a while because I was like, I'm going to put it in the main basement. I have another big thing I can put there. And I'm not going to lie, I just kind of hate looking at it now. That guy's gone. The chat is demanding I call it Hawk Tua. And you know what, Drew? Call it Hawk Tua. Oblige them. Oh, Drew! Drew said, what about 6 Tua? But they made it 6-3. Shoot! That would have been really good. Problem is, you'll never discipline a millionaire. Yeah. Remember when Keefe was asked if the team was sick and was just like, it's winter in Ontario? Yep. Steve, we appreciate you putting yourself through this BS for us. If the Leafs can't win, when the F is this Easter Seals can win, go donate money you were saving for tickets, sell your jerseys, and send that money away. Holy cow. All caps, too. Love LFR, but can't watch when it's like today. Well, you're in the minority, unfortunately. We should get Jesse to ask these questions in a scrum. LFR titled 6-3. Just think about 90% of us on Tuesday will act like this didn't happen and yelling, go Leafs, go. I know because I'm one of the stupid ones. Yeah, like I don't know. I'm going to the game on the 23rd. They're playing Pittsburgh, like the one team they've had luck against this year, really. They'll get up against Dubas. Oh, the guy who gave them all money? That's their guy? Where they're like, oh, yeah, screw this guy. I can get up for that. Get up in front of your fans. Yeah, I think I caught up. Did I catch up? Oh, man. Drew just asked, how many centers do you think you can name that are better than Austin Matthews? Well, I'm going to use time for an oil change, methinks. That's hilarious. Leaf change would be another funny LFR title. So I'm going to cheat by looking at, okay, so McKinnon and McDavid are without a doubt better than Matthews. Is Celebrini already better? Then it's Bedard. I don't know if Bedard's game is refined enough. Then you actually got to scroll quite a bit to get to the next center. What the hell? Oh, no, you don't. I was looking at handedness. Steve, you idiot. Like Nietzsche's is listed as a center. No. Draisaitl's listed as a center. I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah. Draisaitl. Eichel? Probably. Yeah. Leo Carlson, probably a bit early. Mark Scheifele. Yeah, Scheifele's better offensively right now, but he's not as good defensively. So it's like roughly fair. What happened? I know I'm looking at Sid. Of course I'd take Sid. What? At his old ass age? Isn't Matthews the captain of the American Olympic team? They haven't announced it. Okay, he was the captain of the Four Nations team. Follow-up question. Why? He wasn't the biggest leader. He was the third biggest leader on his line. He played with Brady and Matthew Tkachuk. If I remember Finding Nemo correctly, it's spelled Wanahakalugi. What the? If the Quinn trade taught me something, Willie and MT. Who's MT? Are you trying to say Matthews? Force their no movement clause? That's not how it works. LFR, belief in what? No, I like Hawk Tua. Worse, this will make people think Jarry's good. Oh, that's not worse. You should do a tech bro rap for this LFR. No! Montreal is going to get at least 1 point tonight. Detroit is likely to win. I know the Atlantic is still pretty close, but some teams are starting to pull away, and the Leafs got to start winning to keep up. You know, you're looking at it like someone who gives a shit. And if you want to start thinking life like a Leaf, you got to stop doing that. They don't care. They don't care about hockey. They don't care about you. They care about their paycheck and Cancun. Well, that is it for this one. This stream brought to you by Ballybet Sportsbook and Casino on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like if you like this stream. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. If you want to see someone who actually gives a damn about the Toronto Maple Leafs while wearing a Maple Leafs jersey, LFR is coming up on the Steve Dangle YouTube channel. Screw you too.